everybody. I already did a whole bunch of research for all this stuff. And the artist said, Marathon Alpha released recently and its environments are covered with assets lifted from poster designs I made in 2017. And you look at this and it's not even close. It's like exact copies.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Lumi, and today we're going to be looking at some more Marathon drama. Now, before we get started, I just want to say I have a Discord server. I will be doing a giveaway once we reach 100 members. So if you're interested, check out the link in the description below. By the way, sorry if I sound a little different. I think I'm getting a cold, so I'm a little stuffed up.
Of all this stuff. So this Aleph thing and this is all over Marathon, because I played this shit at Marathon, and you can see it says Dark Space Haulage Logistics directly off of his stuff. And then here, it's the same exact logos, it's the same exact, like, this strip of symbols that we saw in the game when we were looking at it. The funny thing is you see this one in the end, that's actually his logo as an artist. So that's like his signature logo. It's everywhere in the game. It's everywhere. So this isn't an inspiration thing. This is a direct one-to-one copy. So I started to look into this more. It gets so much worse. The entire look and feel of the game is just to do this. Look at how much art they've posted over the years. And look at the style of all of it. I guarantee you that as people keep digging, they're going to find more and more of this at this point. Because the fact that they stole so blatantly from some of this, it's wild, dude. And they have a Tumblr with even more stuff on it, too. And you can see their logo all over this place. Like, all over the place in this. And there's that poster right there.
I'll be honest, it's pretty upsetting to see how far Bungie has fallen as a studio. This is coming from someone who grew up on the Halo games, Halo being like one of my favorite games of all time as a kid, and to see how much they've fallen is such a shame, and it really does you hate to see it, right? The situation for Bungie just keeps getting worse and worse. At first, it was a rocky start with the closed beta. It wasn't really received very well, and people weren't all that excited for the, I guess, watered down extraction shooter, looter shooter experience. It was more like a mixed bag. Like, it wasn't really one-sided. Some people said, oh, this looks cool, this looks unique. I think a big part of what carried Marathon during its rocky start was the fact that it did look really cool. I remember I came to that conclusion myself. I was like, man, the gameplay just doesn't look that great. I mean, I never got my hands on it. I never actually played it. But you can tell a lot by how a game plays just by looking at it, by looking at how the movement is, how fluid it is. You know, you can pretty much tell, you know, looking at videos of the game, looking at clips. But yeah, I remember, wow, I wasn't really blown away by the gameplay, but the art style was like really cool and unique. And yes, it wasn't as shiny as I had hoped from the initial trailers. It looked a little it looked a little like low res for some reason, but the bright colors and the aesthetic alone seemed to carry it. So to get the news that the entire art style was pretty much stolen, I mean, guys, this is ridiculous. This is going to be a DOA, I think. And I think this was the last nail, the final nail in the coffin for this game, because I think a lot of people were hoping, you know, it'll at least be something that they will try. They will give a chance, and maybe it's not for everybody, but hey, it could be fun, like playing with a few friends, playing for the look of it, the cool aesthetic, futuristic, simple looter shooter, or extraction shooter, I should say. But now I feel like you can't go out and play this game or purchase this game in good conscience knowing that the entire look of the game was basically stolen. And look, it's not like one or two assets. It's like the entire aesthetic. And yeah, like, you can't say, well, this one person owns, right, like the look of this aesthetic or whatever. Like, you can't own that. Fine. Like, I understand that. Like, you can't own an aesthetic. But when it's like asset after asset, it's like a one-for-one rip from this particular artist who, mind you, has been crafting and working for decades on shaping this look, right? For artists your art becomes almost like your identity. It's like your signature, right? And it takes years to craft and hone and get it right. So the fact that Bungie just like, I'm assuming like their art research, like their art development team was researching, cool futuristic aesthetics. They found this artist and they were like, this is it. This is what we should make our game look like. And instead of using that as inspiration, or better, what they could have done better yet is reach out to the artist and employ them and say, hey, come work for us. We want your art direction for our game. No, they just steal it. They just flat out steal it. It's honestly ridiculous. And look, I hope justice is served, because this isn't right. When you're just blatantly ripping off an artist and turning it around and making millions off of it, like that's criminal. It's against the law. It's theft. So I really hope this artist, finds a good lawyer and gets what they're rightfully owed. Because Bungie, they're at the last final stages of development. There's no way they're going to turn this around. Like, I think their hands are tied at this point. They would have to either cancel the game or work out some kind of deal with the artist, or maybe even delay the game potentially years and completely change the aesthetic, which I don't see it happening personally. That's too much work. That's too much. I mean, they would probably cancel the game than do that, because that's just like, it's just too much, I think.
It was already doomed from the start, but this was the straw that broke the camel's back. This game has prided itself on its audio and its visuals since the announcement. They went crazy with this trailer to show the aesthetic. Come to find out, it wasn't even theirs. If you haven't been paying attention, the Marathon Alpha released recently, and they got exposed by this artist for stealing all of their work. As you can see, it is very close. This artist put in over 10 years to refine their work, and Bungie just came in and just stole it word for word, bar for bar. So they also went on to say that they're not going to be able to pursue legal action just due to the lack of resources and the energy. Also going on that in the 10 years they've been in this line of work, they never had a consistent income, because these companies would much rather just pay somebody to imitate the work than to pay the people who are talented enough to create something original. This is exactly what Bungie needed, right? This was going to put them on the map for the third time. Revive a classic franchise, but don't put in a single player story mode with lore. An extraction shooter, right? That's gonna go crazy. No, this is exactly what's wrong with modern gaming. And then they wanted to make it a paid game. This is not worth the money, bro, especially with the amount of content that's there. And if you get this game, a lot of that time that you're gonna spend being able to extract is gonna be worthless, because a lot of those items that you're gonna grind for are gonna expire. Bungie responded and they had no choice but to claim it. It's so obvious that if they were to deny it, it would be over with. And some people are saying that they have a history of doing this.
Yeah, he said it perfectly, basically echoing what I said earlier about how the game really was leaning hard into like the art direction and the sound design, because I think deep down, like, Bungie knew that the gameplay is kind of dated. Like, it seems like they don't know how to develop anything, new or, groundbreaking, right? Like, it just seems like, we're still playing Halo or Destiny, which is, Halo is it's over 25 years old now, right? Didn't Halo 1 come out in 2000? So yeah, like, it's to see this come out, like this controversy, this drama come out, in light of like the lukewarm reception of the alpha, it's done. Like, this is, I really think that this is gonna be a flop. Like, everything is pointing to that this game is going to really just fall flat on its face, and that's crazy. On top of like all of this, they want to like sell this game at full price, like full retail. And what is that now? Like $70 these days? There's no way. There's no way this is going to be successful. Like, this game is going to fail. Like, it's like, I'm like 99% sure of it. Like, it'll be they'll have to pull like some crazy Hail Mary or something. I don't know. But I don't see it. Like, it's not gonna happen. You know, when games launch, or when games do an alpha release, it's pretty much ready to go. At least for like the AAA closed betas or closed alphas. Like, the game is pretty much ready for launch. Like, the only thing they actually tweak will be either small graphical things like textures or numbers, you know. So like, if things are unbalanced, you know, so like, oh, this weapon does way too much damage, or this weapon doesn't do enough damage, and that's just a plug and chug kind of in the, you know, source code. You know, you just change a few numbers and it's fixed. The level of I guess brokenness for this game, like at a it's broken at a fundamental level. So there's no way they're gonna fix it in time for release. It's just not possible. They don't have enough money to throw at this game. It would have to, like, they would have to make a new game, basically. So I think they're just gonna, honestly, I think they're gonna apologize, dust themselves off, and release it, and just hope for the best. And they're just gonna collect on what little they can collect and move on, you know. But man, I just hope that Bungie learns from this and learns to be a better studio. I mean, that's all you can really hope for. Like, every failure is a learning experience, so hopefully they actually own up and take responsibility, take some accountability, and learn from their mistakes and try to correct it going forward. I mean, we're all human, right? That's all you can do at the end of the day. I just think people have a problem with it when they like try to either throw someone under the bus. I think they tried to do that initially. They were like, it was a rogue employee who like isn't even with the company anymore who did this, who did the art theft. So that was kind of like slimy of them. Anyway, guys, this is getting kind of long, and I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you got something out of it. If you did, give me a like down below. Dislike it if you dislike it. Let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think is going to be the end result for Marathon? Do you think it's pretty much cooked? I think it's cooked. Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, if you enjoy this sort of content, hit that subscribe button. It would help me and the channel go a long way. But anyway, guys, I will catch you in the next one. Later.